Okay, and we're down here at Oshkosh again, and you've got the little Zipster, but you got something new on the front of it.
Yes, what we have now is a Hearth F33 that we arranged to get one about a month and a half ago, and we just got done installing it and test flying it about the last 2 weeks, and we're quite pleased with the way it idles and flies and runs. It's a smooth engine. It pretty much matches the performance of the 277 we had on last year, and I've gained some weight over the last year, so my friend Mark Klotz has been doing some test flying. I put a half a dozen flights on it and then turned it over to Mark in the last couple of weeks, and in the high density altitude weather we were having, he was able to do some good test flying and get some numbers on the airplane with the new Hearth. My objective was to have the plans built airplane available to people that wanted to build it with an overhauled 277, but also quite a few of the members in EAA that build these things wanted to have a new warranted off-the-shelf engine, so that's why we're testing the Hearth to keep it 103 legal.
Now, this airplane's a little Zipster. It looks a lot like the Micromog.
Yes, it's similar. It's got a lot of the same lineage and features and history. A lot of my airplanes have a lot of the same shapes and parts. It's more of a rakish and squared off airplane than Micromog. It more resembles actually a biplane version of a Skylight, which is another one of my designs.
But it's just a mono...
Yeah, the Skylight's a parasol about the size of a Heath, but it has the swept tail and the swept wingtips, and the Zipster kind of blends a little bit of the features from the Micromog and a few of the features from the Zippy and a few of the features from the Skylight.
Now, is the Zipster a legal Part 103 outside
Yes.
the U.S.?
This airplane is a 103 legal airplane. It weighs 249 pounds, as you see it, with wheel pants and no brakes. And my gross weight is high enough that builders, and with the normal category strength factors, builders can go up to a 503 or a 447 Rotax or an equivalent sized Hearth if they want to license it experimental.
Now, how is the aircraft coming out to the market?
I am offering a set of detailed construction drawings and builder's manual for the aircraft that's available now, as well as we are planning to tool up to build pre-welded fuselages and tails, pre-bent landing gears, and we already have available materials kits for wing ribs.
Now, the plans, what type of plans are they? Are they full scale or are they...
The plans are C-size drawings, and with all details and fittings drawn full size on the blueprints, full-size wing rib template, and a 9-chapter builder's manual.
If someone were building it from a set of plans, how long do you think it would take them to build it?
I tell the first timers to plan on spending 1,100 man hours or so. We built this one in about 700 man hours, and I've built a lot of airplanes, so I can usually speed it up a little bit. There's no problem contacting me if a builder has a question or a problem he can't figure out on the drawings, because I'm always available to answer questions.
Now, what type of construction? You mentioned weld 4130 poly fuselage?
Yes, the fuselage and tail is 4130 steel tubing in various sizes from 3/4 down to 3/8 in 035 wall thickness. The wings are 2 1/4 front spar, 1 3/4 rear spar with our aluminum angle and widget ribs, which are a product of wing rib design that I developed years ago on the Skylight.
Now, how many designs have you actually built over the years now?
I have designed 11 different airplanes. I've built and flown 7 of those designs and offered 5 of those designs to the public.
Now, some of those have also been award winners.
Yes, sir. The Zipster here is last year's Oshkosh Grand Champion. The Micromog was a 2nd place airplane. The Flit plane was a 3rd place airplane. The Skylight was the 91 Grand Champion here at Oshkosh, and I've won numerous regional awards with those airplanes.
Now, I should talk to Mark then about the performance of this with the
Yes,
engine?
the current performance that we're talking about is the Lightman performance for the 180-pound pilot, and Mark Klotz, who's a friend of mine, long-standing, has been flying the airplane as of the last 2 weeks.
So, Mark, how you find the little Hearth? Now, I want the truth here. I mean, just because we're standing beside the Hearth booth, that doesn't mean anything.
All right, well, I like it so far. I think what we're looking at right now is just a little bit of want to try a couple different props. We're running a little high RPM at this time, so that's kind of telling us that we want to go with a little more pitch. Other than that, she's a sweet engine. She runs nice and smooth. Like Ed said, the 277 tends to shake a lot more. It's a very smooth engine, low vibration. It gets it off the ground in a reasonable amount of time.
about cruise speed coming in on it?
You're looking at anywhere between 50, 55. It seems to be where she's cruising out at, or 60. I've seen a little variation there, but right about 50, 55 is what we're seeing on a cruise.
What RPM would you be running at that? What RPM would you be running
Right at, I want to say it was about 58, 5,800 RPM right there.
Any idea fuel consumption wise?
I think we're looking at about 2 gallons an hour.
Okay. How about a climb rate on it with the little engine?
With the 28, we're looking at about 400 feet a minute.
Stall speed on
26 is a full stall. 30, when I was with this engine here at 30, got a nice little buffet, nothing bad at all. It was really nice, but 26 you're going to see a full stall. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Just have a look at some of the stuff on the plans.
No, I can't show you the whole thing. No. You want to hold the other end?
Now, how many pages have we got in this?
17 pages of actual drawings, and we have 9 chapters in the manual.
Builder's manual.
And just give you, just give you an idea.
They're pretty
very detailed.
Very good.
I've had the privilege of building some of Ed's other designs, and I can tell you one thing, that many of his parts are exact sizes, very easy to follow. And again, like he says, if you have any questions, he's always there to answer your questions and help you through, which to me, customer service is number one in anything, any kind of product that's out there. And when it comes to aviation, it's always nice to be able to talk to somebody, especially if you can talk to the owner and the designer of the plan to see it happen, and he does that for you.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.